Okay, y'all, family, we're going to do a different one today, okay? This one, we're chronicling why Michael Jordan is the GOAT. We're not going to down nobody else. We're just going to talk about Mike. Here and there, we might have to bring some names into the fold. But what we're talking about this time, in the 5-volume series of this one's called the eye test. We call it the eye test because your eyes aren't lying to you. You see exactly what you think you see, okay? And what I mean by that is the first time you laid eyes on Mike on that court, you knew something was different. You saw somebody out there that moved in a way you didn't see some people move, who dribbled in a way you didn't see anybody dribble before, whose shot selection was different than you had ever digested before watching basketball. He had a different flavor. And that flavor was a trademark of his career. Well, you know when you went to the basketball court and someone was shooting the ball or playing, he's like, oh, you think you Mike. Because Mike had a style. And your eyes weren't lying to you. When Mike went up, he went up before other people in the air, but Mike came down after them. You understand what I'm saying? He went up before you, but he's going to come down after you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing was a staple in his career. That man's aerial assault on the game was what it was. People, you need only, I'm not making this up. You need only watch the highlights. You need only see Mike play the game to see it's at a different level. Even till today, today's players, sorry if I'm saying, don't match Mike's athletic prowess on the court. There are players that have high-level physical attributes, like they're 6'8" and 6'9" and can dribble like guards and shoot three-pointers. But the way Michael Jordan played the game took the game to a different level, into a different stratosphere, and your eyes were not lying to you. The eye test on Michael Jordan that's why as I do this, I am rolling highlights of Mike playing because your eyes aren't lying to you. He is doing exactly what you think he is doing. He is above the rim playing the game in a way people hadn't played it before. Dr. J came through, he had beautiful aerial assault off that one leg and everybody was like, whoa! Of course. Julius Erving was amazing, but Michael Jordan took that aerial assault to a whole nother level. And it's not to be denied. You can't deny it. You see it. You're seeing these highlights as I'm talking behind them. Okay? Mike took it to a whole nother level. And to think somebody, I'm sorry to blow, like Spotty, that's probably better, Spotty Pippen, Scottie Pippen would open his mouth to say Mike was horrible? Horrible win. When he was winning the MVP for the league before you even got on the team? That horrible? Stop it. This man took our game and gave it another flavor and another dimension that we hadn't seen. And you only need look at the highlights. So I keep saying it because throughout this video, I am going to keep playing it, and you are going to have to recognize what you are seeing, and what you are seeing is greatness before you. Give it up. I got no problem giving it up. The man was what he was. Now, I've said some things about Mike. Mike, he wasn't, he was not nobody's buddy, okay? Mike was there on a mission, and if you needed a buddy or a friend or someone to coddle you, he was not the guy. It was not gonna happen. So if you were looking for friendship badges out of him, no. He was on his level, and he needed everybody at their best. Because if you watch the highlights, if you see what's going on, That's what he's giving you, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what you are seeing. You are seeing greatness unfold in front of you. The tape's not lying. You see it? I know you see it. I know you see it. And the thing was, Michael Jordan used to, everybody knows, when Michael Jordan drive to the hole, remember he do that, right? Who do you know fouls their damn self in order to make the bucket? You know how I used to do them layups like that and bank it up? He would go weave through a bunch of people, get up in the air, foul himself in order to make man stop it. It was a different flair to the game. You can't deny it. If you're denying it, then you just not want to be honest. There's a lot of great but what you saw out of Mike, you've never seen. Oh, you did see it again. You know when you saw it again. When did you see it again? Yeah, exactly. Kobe being Bryant. And what did Kobe do? God rest his soul. We love you, Kobe. No disrespect, nothing but love and admiration. But everybody knows Kobe copycatted Michael's style of play, period. That's exactly what he did. So you did see it again. And when you did see it again, it resulted in a player that you could put in the top 5 of all time, or even the top 10. Top 10 or top 5, Kobe's in there. Somebody say Kobe's in the top 3. He's in there. And what did he do? But copycat respectfully. Because Kobe was a monster. Do not get it confused, okay? That's not what we're doing here. There will be no Kobe Bryant disrespect. But Kobe, a lot of his game directly reflected Michael Jordan. And look what that ended up being. Huh? Ended up being one of the other best players to ever play this game. Ever. So put that one in your pipe and smoke it. But Michael Jordan, come on, man. Everybody with me on this. We are doing the eyeball test, okay? You are going to watch Michael Jordan's games or highlights, and you have to say just by the eyeball test, this one is different than anybody else you've seen. Just like you have to give the respect to Steph Curry. That's a different way of playing basketball. We haven't seen that before. So some people do bring their flair to it. So that Steph Curry, that track meet run and then throw up a ball that would get you sat on the bench when I was coming up, that's a different level of the game. So you give him respect for that. But Michael had that way in advance, and you got to give it, even Julius Erving. Let's give it to Julius Erving. While Michael Jordan, if given the opportunity, right? If he could slit your throat with a basketball to win a game, that's exactly what he would do. Okay? Now let's give it up to Magic Johnson, because Magic Johnson would do it with that. He'd get you, but he'd do it with that winning smile and that laugh and that hi, I'm Magic look. Okay? That wasn't Mike. Mike wanted your heart and your soul in his hand, and then he would drop it on the ground in front of you and walk away. That's just the way Mike was. So the eyeball test on Michael Jordan, we all have to give him his props, okay? There is nothing out there that you can look at, that you can watch, that you can digest basketball that competes to Michael Jordan's eyeball test, okay? So by that standard, your eyes are not lying to you. He is who he is. He was what he was. I'm just giving him his props, okay? Ain't gonna put no money in my pocket. He ain't gonna show up at my house and say, hey, I appreciate it. None of that's gonna happen, okay? But the same, I still gotta give him his just due. It is what it is, no question. Michael Jordan eyeball test. That's a pass. Everybody online! Talking about Mike, man. Talking about Mike.